So as you can see, I'm by the pool and it's early morning, and it hasn't got too hot yet, but it is warm, and I'm hoping that the light and the way I've got this set up, it looks okay. Now I know that I've shot similar videos on these just recently, and so I'm hoping that I'm not boring you with the format, but from where I'm standing right now, the sunshine on these looks absolutely great, and I'm hoping that it translates to the video. And so I thought I would just roll the camera and see where we get on. And you can see, I mean, from here, this looks absolutely fantastic. And of course, once again, this is the original OG full metal square stainless steel. And one of the things that I have been meaning to talk about is the red insert, the red plastic cushioning between the outer bezel, the metal outer bezel, and the inner stainless steel case. And on this original model, it is in the colour of red. Now, fortunately, I actually have two spare, and I got those ages ago because I thought the red colour was so unique and super, super cool. And I think they only had that red spacer on the other original stainless steel that had a negative display, and that was the only other model that has that red insert. All the other inserts are black, which, you know, is a very understood colour for that plastic cushioning to have. Now, so what I may do right now is I might just speed up showing each of these watches again in the sunshine, because the direct sun on the camera actually makes my viewfinder go dark as well. But on this one, I wanted to capture that thin red line. Look at that. See how different it is on the MRGs. And I'll quickly pull up the Porter so that you can see the thin red line on the Porter. Once again, this was the originally released at the beginning with the stainless steel. This is the Porter, the limited edition that came out, and this was the original. Well, of course, the very original in 1983 had a thin red line, but this has that same sort of thin red line that doesn't shimmer like on the MRGs. In fact, I have the dark MRG, so I'll pull that up. So if I put this in the certain direction of the sun, you can see the shimmering thin red line there. And I mean, I really like it, but I like the Porter because of the additional blue text as well. And I thought to myself, imagine if they put this, the exact colouring of this, inside an MRG. You know, wouldn't that look cool? And I suppose that is something that's in the scope there anyway. But look at that. I mean, the thin red line, it does offer that visual interest. And once again, the thin red line with the blue water resist and the white detailing on the bezel on the Porter. I mean, that is cool. It's so cool. But actually, whilst I've got the thin red lines, because I have both the silver and the black here, I'll pull those up again. I do like the focus on the Casio motif there and the MRG on these bezels. And of course, that part is underneath a sapphire crystal. So remember that the MRGs here, the titaniums, they do have a sapphire crystal. But of course, what they've done is, you know, they both have these titanium case backs that are not laser cut. Actually, they might be laser cut. But the quality of that stamped logo, you know, really is super. And the back plate does seem, you know, very good quality. It seems a little better than the stainless steel one. But of course, you've got that multi-part case and bezel there, and also the multi-part bracelet system, because each of these little points here is actually screw down. And on the full metals, it's actually a casted thing. So, you know, I mean, it looks super duper. But on the MRGs, these are actually screws. Each one of these bits of detail is actually a screw, and the same on here. And that bezel there is Cobarian, which is not part of the case there. And of course, on the full metal original steel, the case and bezel is all integrated into one part. And yes, some people have said that, you know, the way it's built, being full metal, and the titanium versions of these, the TCM and the TBs, because they don't have the multi-part construction of the MRGs, it is feasible that they are stronger than the MRGs. The MRG's multi-part construction, I suppose, is really offering that extra intrigue, you know, someone said it's a very Swiss approach to the watches. You know, seriously over-engineering them by adding all these intricate parts. And so the MRGs are really, you know, a quality watch with an exceptional build quality for the real enthusiast that likes the aesthetic of the squares. And I suppose that's why I have them. Yeah, I'm getting very hot here, and my phone is telling me that it's getting very hot. So I might speed up a little because I'm going to run out of filming time. But I wanted to show you again the negative display because the negative displays are the things that from choice I haven't gravitated to, but really from viewer comments. And the comments that I don't have them made me think, you know, I really should have them on camera, and so that's why I wanted this watch in particular. But I also think that they will release the silver cornflake, the negative display. I think they'll re-release this with the cornflake effect, the recrystallized, with a positive display. So I do think that this watch will come out in a positive display like this, and I think that will be cool. But my rationale or my reasoning for getting my hands on this was, I thought, I need the negative display for the camera anyway, but I also should give it a whirl. And if the later ones don't have that 40th case back, this watch will become very nice and collectible. And I love the silver part, which is in addition to the black outer part of the bezel here. You know, you can probably see the silver and black shimmering there. Anyway, I found that I just end up liking it. I really do. Actually, I should put the two 40ths together. There you go. And of course, the gold cornflake here has the positive display. And whilst I've said that and it's on camera, what I've noticed is that the actual LCD display on the cornflake is slightly more gold in colour to the 30th. So this LCD display here has a slight gold hue to it compared to the C3PO, the 35th, which is more white. And I prefer this display on the 35th. And I suppose I said it before, you know, I probably prefer the shiny. So the C3PO is probably my favourite appearance. But these differences are so minor. It doesn't mean that I don't like the cornflake, because I've worn this a bit now, and I really do like it. And also the differential between the bracelet and the case, I like the way it looks, just like that. I was going to change the bracelet and the bezel for the bracelet and bezel on here, because I actually have got a bracelet and bezel for this, a brand new one as a replacement, but I haven't fitted it to this, and that was one of my thoughts. But I thought, you know, this looks so cool, and in direct sunshine it's so different and noticeable. You know, I've really grown to like this. And that brings me onto the negative gold, because of course this looks almost identical. Well, from appearance this is identical to the solid gold version, which of course is my grail, and that probably has the exact same movement, the same module, but I imagine they've done something with the display to make it a little better. And I think that they all the contacts inside are gold plated to a better standard than on the basic module. So I can't believe they've actually using the same module, although to a great part it will be the same. Anyway, this is the negative display version. Now, at first sight it looks very similar to the C3PO 35th TFG, but this being the GD. But they are quite different because the metal, I have been told, is slightly different in colour, though I don't really think it is now. I think it's because of the polished parts, because the majority of the C3PO is shiny gold, and that's the bit I've really come to like. What they've done here on the negative display is the outer part of the bezel, of course, is brushed, and the top of the bracelet is brushed, and the other parts are polished apart from the sides of the bracelet. So we've got this brushed and polished effect on the bracelet of the negative display. So really the difference is the polished parts on the negative display and the negative display, and it's really what you like the look of. And I really like both of them because in the light, when the sunshine catches the negative display and the gold, yeah, I can really understand anyone saying that, you know, that this one looks better. You know, I can see that. So I think they are a super collection. It's super to have all three of them because each one of them has something else a little different. I'm just aware of the sunshine and everything getting hot. So the one I haven't shown right now is this, the Darth Vader light, because it's the GD-1 that should have a negative display, but I've actually got a positive display in this one because I actually received this with a rubber strap, and I swapped the rubber strap for the bracelet, and because it's all colour matching, so this is the dark black case and bezel and bracelet, and I think I've said on camera before, I like this because it doesn't have the thin red line and the colour, and it has that more stealthy military look, and I've grown to really like this. It is super, and I'll get to the black thin red line. So I'm really running out of camera time now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and show these a little differently because they are, I don't know if I'm going to be able, if you can see that, but I was hoping to have all three looking good like this. Maybe I've managed to get it, but there you go. And I'm going to say ciao for now, mainly because I can't see the viewfinder anymore because the heat is making the camera start to shut down. Anyway, I hope everyone is well, and speak again very soon. I'll just show you where I am. I'm by the pool. I have the pool behind me there, and here is my table and the 9 tearaway Gs. Anyway, I'll say ciao for now, and I hope everybody is well.